Tonight, a unanimous vote.
I believe in the rule of law. I believe this is a partisan political attack.
Reaction as council votes to boot Russ Wyatt from city boards and committees, and what this means for the Transcona councillor going forward. Also tonight, grave concerns.
I guess the bank just keeps going away, and eventually our loved ones will start going over the bank towards the lake.
Why the long-term future for a cemetery in the Interlake may be at risk. And later, marking a milestone.
There were discussions about picking a site in Ottawa, but at the end of the day, the logistics of Winnipeg made more sense.
Coin collectors celebrate a special anniversary for the Mint.
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Taylor Brock.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joseph Bernacki. Facing criminal charges, Winnipeg City Councillor Russ Wyatt has been kicked off 7 committees and boards. City Council voted unanimously on the ousting. This after Wyatt was arrested and charged in March for sexual assault. CTV's Jeff Keel reports.
The vote, Madam Speaker, yeas 14, nays 0.
Okay. Thank you. The item carries.
And with that unanimous vote, City Council booted Transcona Councillor Russ Wyatt from 7 committees and boards while he deals with criminal charges.
For it to actually get to this, it becomes a very serious incident.
Wyatt changed his mind and decided not to participate in the vote, saying this is a matter before the courts, calling the council vote political.
I believe in the rule of law. I believe this is a partisan political attack, and this council chamber is better than that.
In March, Wyatt was arrested and charged with drugging and sexually assaulting a man. Wyatt says he is innocent. He is also presumed innocent. Still, the mayor and others urged him to step away from his council duties while he dealt with the charges. He ignored those calls, so the mayor brought a motion to remove him from initially 5, now 7 committees and boards.
In most businesses, companies, even in the city of Winnipeg with the public service, if a member an employee is facing similar criminal charges, they're put on administrative leave.
Members of the public sit on some of those boards and committees.
We have to make sure that we are also making sure that our public service and our staff and residents that are on our committees are feeling safe.
Wyatt rejected that rationale, comparing the committees and boards to public sidewalks.
So maybe they should ban me from walking on sidewalks.
But Wyatt says council has done him a favor.
It frees my time up to be able to do a lot of stuff in my ward. Knock on doors, talk to folks. We got the High Neighbor Festival coming up the first weekend of June. Excited about that. I'm always in the parade. And pancake breakfast, everything else.
Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Council has no authority to remove Wyatt from council and the community committee he sits on, so he's still free to attend those meetings. The allegations against Wyatt have not yet been proven in court. Wyatt tells CTV News he does not plan to appeal the decision. Now, that wasn't the only thing that happened at City Hall today. Councillors voted in favor of a rate freeze for next year's water and sewer rates. That means the 2027 sewer rate will remain at $4.53 per cubic meter and $2.17 per cubic meter for water. This is because of a $67 million surplus due to more accurate meter readings and a spike in water consumption last year. But that rate freeze is still contingent on the city getting funding from the other levels of government for the last of the sewage plant upgrades. Mayor Scott Gillingham says those talks are still ongoing.
We're waiting on confirmation of the funding from the federal and provincial government. We are, I know you're all getting probably weary of me saying we're getting close. We are getting close. The discussions are going very well, but there's a practical reality to how $500 million from the province of Manitoba can be cash flowed in the years required. Those matters have to be worked out.
Meantime, a plan for a managed homeless encampment was voted down by City Council. The proposal, which had been discussed since December of last year, would have been in place between April and August and include washroom space, garbage collection, and connection to support services. A location had never been decided. The mayor says he was opposed because a lot of those services would require the province's participation, which he was not confident would happen, since the province is instead focused on and funding its own homelessness strategy. Stalled talks between the U.S. and Iran are raising doubts over the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, and that has caused oil prices to spike, hitting the highest level in 4 years. According to online price monitor Gas Buddy, the average price for regular fuel rose 4.4 cents per liter overnight in Winnipeg and 5.3 cents for Manitoba overall. The average price here in the city was sitting at $1.87.7. That's the highest it's been since the fall of 2022. You can stock up on some compost for your garden and maybe pick up some new items for your home next month. And best of all, it's free. The annual spring curbside giveaway returns May 9th and 10th. That's next weekend. If you have any reusable items in need of a new home, you're encouraged to leave them on the curb with a free sticker or a sign for someone else to pick up. As always, do not leave out anything infested with bed bugs, anything that may be unsafe, or toilets that use 13 liters or more per flush. All items should be cleared away by dusk on Sunday. And the city's annual compost giveaway is scheduled for May 8th, 9th, and 10th between 9 and 5. You can find it at 3 locations: the Summit Road landfill site, Kilcona Dog Park, and next to the Brady Road 4R depot. There is a limit of 100 liters per vehicle, and you'll need to bring your own containers, shovels, and gloves. It's all made from the yard waste collected by the city last year. And speaking of yard waste, the city's collection program begins next week for homes in Area A and the following week for Area B. Yard waste is collected every 2 weeks on the same day as your garbage and recycling. You can also drop it off for free at any of the city's 4R depots. You can find your collection day by visiting the city's website or calling 311. The province is challenging 4 property contracts held by Sobeys, claiming clauses within them are squeezing out competition and forcing prices to rise.
We passed a law in 2025 to force these companies to register these property controls with us.
The Premier says most ended up dropping their controls, with the exception of Sobeys. That's why the province is bringing 4 cases against Sobeys to the municipal board. The cases cover properties on Leela, Sage Creek Boulevard, Highway 12 in Steinbach, and 18th Street in Brandon, some of which are vacant. The law passed last year prohibits so-called restrictive covenants in land sales, which may prohibit a grocery store from opening close to an existing one. The Premier and Public Service Delivery Minister says they're not willing to wait for the contracts to expire.
By getting rid of these property controls, we are bringing more competition into the market. So in return, we will have lower grocery prices.
But the Premier says it will take time to bring in that competition and see the resulting benefits. The government expects to have the municipal board's response in the next 6 to 8 weeks. CTV News has reached out to Sobeys for comment. Taking a look at current conditions in the city of Winnipeg, -1, fairly clear skies with the wind chill, pretty chilly, feeling like -2 for this time of year. Winds from the west-northwest at 4 kilometers an hour. The barometric pressure is rising and the humidity sits at 72%. Your overnight Thursday low is -3 expected, mostly clear skies, and as we mentioned, winds very light right now at just 4 kilometers an hour. And for your Friday morning drive to work, temperatures only warming up to 1 degree. Temperatures will be warming up later in the day, though, hopefully nicely. Mainly sunny skies expected and winds fairly light throughout the day.
I guess the bank just keeps going away, and eventually our loved ones will start going over the bank towards the lake.
Eroding away. The long-term viability of an interlake cemetery may be in doubt. We'll have that story after the break. The Balsam Bay Cemetery has been in operation for more than 130 years. Generations of families are buried there, but its long-term future is in doubt. As CTV's John Hendrick shows you now, it's all due to its location.
Just a few years after Canada officially became a country, Nancy Thomas became the first person to find her eternal resting place at the Balsam Bay Cemetery.
Lots of history, lots of loved ones in here,
including much of Shane Thomas's family.
This is my great-grandfather, and also my grandfather and my father is all in the cemetery here.
But despite its long history, the cemetery's future is being threatened. The Balsam Bay Cemetery is located next to Lake Winnipeg, and while the area offers a beautiful view for mourners, it's also creating a very real danger to the cemetery. The plots closest to the lake are getting closer to the lake every year thanks to riverbank erosion.
I guess the bank just keeps going away, and eventually our loved ones will start going over the bank towards the lake.
The RM of St. Clements, which took over ownership of the land in 2011, has been monitoring the situation for a few years now.
We did take an engineer with us, and our public works manager did do a review of the area and the site, and determined that it wasn't at immediate risk.
However, this also means the problem doesn't qualify for provincial disaster financial assistance. And the cemetery, which operates purely on donations, doesn't have the kind of money it would take to fix it.
I figure around 100,000 would definitely, I thought would fix it. But apparently some government bodies and that are saying that that's way too low.
The board is hoping money can be raised to not only save plots today, but ensure families in the area can continue to use it long into the future. John Hendricks, CTV News, near Balsam Bay.
The Winnipeg Police Service is rolling out a new rapid response unit, and it's aimed at relieving pressure on frontline officers while improving response times throughout the city. They will be in charge of policing special events such as parades, protests, rallies, and other large public gatherings. And during periods of high demand, they'll be able to help with calls for service. More generally, we're told they will focus on suppressing crime and will be conducting proactive enforcement, supporting general patrol, and addressing neighborhood safety concerns. Winnipeg Police Chief Gene Bowers says creating the new team will help some units from being overextended.
When we had major events, protests, other types of large gatherings, we had to pull from different resources within the service. And a lot of that work that was being done, and a lot of times it was our community support members or our guns and gangs members, and it took away from the concentration of what they were to do. So it really wasn't an efficient use of resources. So with some realignment within the service, we're able to set up this unit with an actual mandate for those types of events, and then also for calls for service.
The unit will operate 7 days a week, and it'll be made up of 2 sergeants, 4 patrol sergeants, and 26 constables, which police brass say will come from the existing contingent. The unit will be making its first public appearance this weekend at the annual Winnipeg Police Services Half Marathon. They'll be there directing traffic and overseeing site security. The government of Manitoba has completed and decommissioned the search of the Prairie Green landfill, where the remains of 2 homicide victims were found. And Premier Wab Kinew says the search was done in a safe and fiscally responsible way.
So the final cost came in, and it was $18.4 million. And this is newsworthy because that's exactly 1/10 of what the last government said it was going to cost. So I think it really just puts to rest the whole argument that, well, first of all, that this was not possible, that it was going to be unsafe, that it was going to be too costly. It turns out we did it in a cost-effective way.
The search of the landfill began in December 2024 and led to the discovery of the remains of Morgan Harris and Mercedes Myron. Both women were victims of convicted serial killer Jeremy Skibitsky. The search concluded last July and cost $18.4 million instead of the estimated $184 million predicted by former Premier Heather Stephenson. Premier Kinew said this issue was about more than money or logistics, but cut through to the human level. Regular operations at the landfill have now been restored.
There were discussions about picking a site in Ottawa, but at the end of the day, the logistics of Winnipeg made more sense.
Half a century milestone, how the Mint celebrated a special anniversary on site. One in the city of Winnipeg will have your complete Skywatch forecast when we return. Taking a look at our Skywatch pictures of the day, this first one comes to us from Patricia McGee in Winnipeg, not too far from the Forks. Beautiful sunset here that we can see in this first photo by the river. And our second photo comes to us from Elvis up in Split Lake, just north of Thompson. Of course, very cute beaver in this photo. Great photo, of course. Keep those photos coming to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca. Taking a look at our Skywatch conditions right now over the province of Manitoba. I mean, cooler temperatures we've been talking about all week right now, of course, with those northern winds that Colleen mentioned earlier in the 6 o'clock news tonight that we've been seeing throughout much of the south, keeping those temperatures below seasonal for this time of year. We're tracking a little bit of shower activity right now between Dauphin and Brandon in the Parklands region there, you can see by the Saskatchewan border. But other than that, fairly clear skies over much of the province. Of course, a little bit of cloud coverage as well into northern Ontario there, not far from the Minnesota border. Moving into your Friday morning, you can see a little bit of mixed precipitation there between the Saskatchewan and Manitoba border. Perhaps a chance of showers there just west of Melita, it looks like there, but fairly clear conditions across much of the province tomorrow as temperatures finally start to warm up a little bit. Again, you can see by 10 a.m. By your drive time to work, things are looking pretty good across the province there with really no major systems to report, at least at this time. You can see a little bit of cloud coverage and some rain developing in northern Manitoba later for tomorrow night going into the start of your weekend there. You can see that system, of course, developing, perhaps freezing then into some snow as well, as you can see that large swath of mixed rain, snow, and maybe some sleet there as well coming from Saskatchewan in the north. Things still looking pretty good in the south by Saturday. Cloud coverage, but those temperatures are going to be warming up nicely. That we'll get to in a moment. Some snow in the Churchill, northern Manitoba region, of course, there as well. And then that rain pushing through Saturday into Sunday. And of course, now taking a look at northeastern Manitoba, -5 your expected lows tonight in Thompson, Island Lake, -4. Fog patches for the potential in much of the region. You can see Thompson, Gillam, and Churchill there. Temperatures only warming up to -1 tomorrow in Churchill, and fairly overcast skies throughout much of the region there, as you can see. And in northwestern Manitoba, -2 your low tonight in OCN, the Paw. Fairly clear conditions, though, in the northwest. Temperatures warming up nicely in Flin Flon to +9, +8 in Norway House tomorrow, coming from that low of -7 tonight. And again, mostly sunny skies expected for your Friday morning, so hopefully it should be a nice day for the start of May. Tomorrow's May 1st already. -4 your expected lows tonight in southwestern Manitoba for Brandon, Neepawa, a little bit warmer in Dauphin, and then you can see those temperatures really start to warm up nicely. +15 throughout much of the region, a little bit cooler in Swan River for +11, and look at that beautiful sun throughout the Parklands and Westman. Moving over into southeastern Manitoba, -3 your expected lows tonight through much of the region. Morden, Winkler, Steinbach, but look at those clear conditions. Temperatures warming, not as nice as the Westman, but 12 degrees, you know, we'll take it after the cool week we've had. 13 degrees hopefully for the city of Winnipeg. And look at that sun again throughout much of southeastern Manitoba. And then moving over to northwestern Ontario, -6 your expected lows tonight for Kenora and Dryden. Temperatures warming to +9 tomorrow, and sunny skies again throughout there, and you can see 10 degrees for Fort Frances. Your 7-day Skywatch forecast, again, temperatures looking nice, 17 degrees for both days on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. A chance of afternoon, some showers on Sunday. Temperatures cooling, though, down to 6 degrees for Monday and Tuesday, and we'll talk more about that later on in the show. Marking a milestone, the Royal Canadian Mint's Winnipeg facility has been in circulation now for half a century.
There were discussions about picking a site in Ottawa, but at the end of the day, the logistics of Winnipeg made more sense for the entire nation.
The reflective glass pyramid in Southdale opened 50 years ago today. It provided a modern, high-speed and high-capacity circulation coin manufacturing facility to meet rising circulation coin demand, and it continues to evolve. The Mint is minimizing its environmental impact through the use of a geo-exchange system to heat and cool the facility and the redistribution of existing coinage.
We keep new production down to a sort of minimum to sort of minimize our environmental footprint. So that's worked very well. But that leaves a lot of capacity to make coins for other customers.
And to date, more than 80 countries have used the Winnipeg operation for its coinage solutions. To mark today's milestone, the Mint has issued a collector's edition coin set featuring W Mint Mark. It's also hosting an open house celebration on Saturday, August 29th. Canada earned a direct spot to the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship semifinals, finishing the round robin with a pair of wins today. Kadriana and Colton Lott from Gimli eked out a 6-5 win over Czechia in an extra end in the early draw. The husband and wife duo followed that up with a much more comfortable 10-5 win over Switzerland. The wins ensured the pair would finish atop the Group B standings at 8-1. Their only loss came at the hands of Scotland earlier in the week. Australia finished at the top of the table in Pool A and also gets a bye straight to the semi-finals tomorrow. More homes were built in the city of Winnipeg last year than in previous years. A report before the Property and Development Committee shows the city issued 6,291 construction permits for new homes in 2025. That's just under 1,000 more than the annual average over the 5 previous years. The city also surpassed the downtown target of 350 new homes, with just over 1,000 built. And it exceeded its residential infill goal thanks to high rates of multifamily development. Part 2 of the report, focusing on land available for new homes and businesses, is expected later this year.
Morning, Sully.
Morning, Sully.
How you doing, big guy?
Hey.
Go get him, Mr. Sullivan. Quiet. You're making him lose his focus. Oh, no. Sorry.
A movie under the stars. Why you can vote to see Mike Wazowski and Sully on the big screen this summer at Assiniboine Park. The Assiniboine Park Conservancy is back with movies in the park this summer, and now's your chance to cast your vote, for the flicks you want to see on People's Choice Night.
Morning, Sully.
Morning, Sully.
How you doing, big guy?
Hey.
Go get him, Mr. Sullivan. Quiet. You're making him lose his focus. Oh, no. Sorry.
The 2001 Pixar classic Monsters, Inc. is one of 4 options for the early showing. The others are A Goofy Movie, A Bug's Life, and Cars. For the late showing, another batch of classics: Ferris Bueller's Day Off, The Princess Bride, Jurassic Park, and Jumanji. You have until May 10th to cast your vote by heading to assiniboinepark.ca. The Conservancy will be announcing the winners and the full schedule on May 13th. Experimental video meets improv comedy this weekend at the Gas Station Arts Centre. The Winnipeg Improv Festival is bringing back its video improv project this weekend.
I'll ask something like, how do these 2 characters know each other? Okay. Or what's a hobby that they would have? Or anything to inspire some of the content. And then the object, a physical object that they have to use in the scene, in the movie.
Okay.
And then hopefully by the time the 3rd camera crew has left the theater, the 1st camera crew has finished their first scene.
Okay.
And that is played
live. Just like that.
Right onto the screen, mistakes and all.
You can see the results yourself Saturday evening at 7 at the Gas Station Arts Centre. Tickets are available by visiting gsac.ca. And a passing to note from the world of country music, who lost a well-known singer-songwriter.
Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more.
That's Johnny Paycheck performing a country classic written by David Allan Coe. The songwriter was also a performer. He was the first to record the country standard Tennessee Whiskey. It had a controversial past that included time in prison. Some of Coe's biggest hits were You Never Even Called Me By My Name and The Ride. David Allan Coe was 86. A life attraction. Hear the story behind this San Francisco sea lion just ahead. -1 in the city of Winnipeg. We'll break down tomorrow's forecast one more time next.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
Taking a look at our Skywatch 825 forecast. Fairly cool tomorrow morning, only 1 degree at 8 a.m., but temperatures warming up nicely with sunny skies and 13 degrees expected by your drive home at 5 o'clock. The sights and sounds of sea lions in San Francisco isn't out of the ordinary. That being said, there's a particularly large one around these days, nicknamed Chonkers. He's a stellar sea lion and weighs around 2,000 pounds. People are coming down to the docks to see him specifically. If you happen to be planning a trip to San Francisco anytime soon, apparently the best time of day to see him is early in the day or later in the evening. The middle of the day is when Chonkers likes to go fishing. That's going to do it for us. For another look at tonight's stories, you can visit us online at ctvnewswinnipeg.ca. Thanks for watching and have a great night.